Oh, hey, welcome back to my show on Fridays. Um, in case you don't know, I'm Debbie Gervek of Second Half Transitions. Um, today, I'm going to talk about the comparison trap. What happens when you are comparing yourself to other people and you feel pretty crappy about that because a comparison, of course, makes you feel lower than the other person. Um, I'm going to focus on social media because that seems to be the talk of the day. And that's mainly where it happens. But of course, it happens in real life too. But before we get to that, please go to my homepage on secondhalftransitions.com and fill out the form, and I'll send you a free download, my pamphlet, How I Found My Inspiration and How You Can Find Yours in 3 Steps. So, back to the topic at hand. So, let me ask you a question. Um, what is your go-to feeling when you're scrolling through your Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter and all of those? What is your go-to feeling? I mean, I know I love going through them. Some posts are hilarious. Some posts are really informative and deep, and some are nurturing. I mean, it runs the gamut. But there are some that just hit a chord in me, and possibly for you, that's like, oh wow, maybe I should be doing that instead. Then I just start to doubt myself. I mean, you may be going through saying, wow, they're going to Hawaii again, or look at their house, that's an amazing house, or oh, their kids are just so perfect. It just goes on, and it it just can get deeper and deeper the more you do that. And how it's like, what do you do to stop it? And so I will give you 5 tips on how you can stop the comparison trap. um, so if you're feeling envious, I always say, everybody has something, and that can be a good thing. Everybody's got a positive thing about their lives, or a not so great thing. So think about this. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors and those smiles. So think about this. Like, let's say somebody took a picture of you during a not so great moment, or you were upset or depressed, and there's that picture of you frowning or crying or what have you. You're not going to post that, are you? No, there's no way you're going to post that picture. So you ask the person to take another picture where you're smiling. That's the one you're going to post. That's not real. You don't know the whole story behind these people. And what makes you think that they're not looking at your posts and feeling envious also? It's just not the whole picture. And so I just feel like people get all caught up in that, and then they start to feel bad about themselves. And that's when what I call the gremlin, which is your inner critic, they come shining through, and they will tell you you're no good, you're not pretty enough, you will never have a house that big, and there's no way you're ever going to get to Hawaii. So what good is that? Theodore Roosevelt had a quote that said, comparison is the thief of joy, which makes sense, because when you're comparing somebody else, that means you're taking away from yourself, and it just doesn't balance. It's not healthy, and it just puts you in a state of less than. So how do you get out of this? So I have 5 tips that can help you to get a handle on the comparison game. Okay, so right. So number 1, the first thing you should do, the awareness is key to life. You just always need to be aware of what's going on. So when you're going through and you're aware of what your gut is telling you, what's this feeling when I look at this picture? What is the feeling? Where is this coming from? define it. Define what this feeling is. Jealousy, sadness. It's just a way for you to become aware of your feelings around the photos or the posts. Number two, while you're doing that, think about the opposite. Think about, what are your strengths? You have a million strengths. Write them down, of course, because when you are going through this and you forget about your strengths, take a look at this list that you just compiled and remember what your strengths are. You are empathetic. You are a good listener. You are really funny. The list of your strengths go on and on and on. You are your own special person and you are unique. So that is what's going to push you ahead, away from the comparison thing. Along with the strengths, focus on what you do have. You have a roof over your head. I know that's like grandma talk, but it's true. I mean, how much more do you need? Do you really, really need those 5 cars that Jay Leno has, or however many he has? I mean, do you really need that? Like, let's just talk reality. You have a house or a home or an apartment or a roof, you have a bed. That's good. Focus on the strengths that you do have, or a wonderful family or a wonderful husband. Focus on those strengths and what you do have. Oh yes, number 4, we did talk about the gremlin. Contain that gremlin. Be aware of what that gremlin is telling you, that you are nothing without those 5 cars. Okay, well, that's not really realistic. You just tell that gremlin, you are not needed here, so go away. And if you've done, steps 1 through 3, you might begin to develop some more self-confidence and awareness where you do not need that gremlin. So kick it out. Let it go. And lastly, what was up? Number 5. I'm sorry, I forgot about number 5. Okay, exactly. So here you are feeling envious, and you're feeling inferior. Maybe there's a different way that you can frame this inferiority that you're feeling. Let's go back to Roosevelt's quote of "Comparison is a thief of joy." Take a different look of why you are comparing yourself to other people and what this is taking away from you. So I think these are 5 really strong points that you can do, and I'd love to hear from you the next time you've been able to contain your envy while you're scrolling through whatever. And also, if you're just envious of somebody else that you work with, or anytime you feel envy and less than, I want to hear about how you were able to contain that. So if you are having some issues about that, I would love to talk to you. So go to my homepage, not my homepage, wow, go to my Work With Me page, fill out the form, and we can set up a time to talk and I can help you with that. So thank you again for showing up, and have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.